Feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond in the shrimp tank.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Shrimp Tank from our very own studio.
Yeah.
Here in the rainy metropolis of Central PA. I am your host, Taylor, the Colossal Shrimp Ranker.
Yep.
Here today with my co-host, Alphaeus Rodolphi, otherwise scientifically known as the Snapping Shrimp Imboden.
That's me.
That's a big title.
Yeah, you're going to regret sitting beside me, Sam.
Exactly. Snapping Shrimp.
Move over a little.
Yeah. Now, the
Make room.
Shrimp Tank is a podcast where we have the honor, and I mean that, the honor of interviewing the best and the brightest business owners, entrepreneurs, business leaders from all across Central PA. This is where book smarts meets street smarts. It's by business owners, by business leaders, for business leaders. Now you can find us. You got to look at www.shrimptankpodcast.com/Central PA. In just a minute or two, we're going to bring on Sam Jones, the inimitable Sam Jones of Lamar Advertising. But before we do that, Mr. Snapping Shrimp, could you talk a little bit about what Business and Industry Night is?
Yeah. Well, you hesitated on studio because we're in a bit of a different scenery today. We are at the Radisson, participating in the West Shore Chamber of Commerce Business and Industry Night tonight. And there are over 80 local businesses that have the opportunity to set up a booth. There's going to be 500, maybe 600 people that are swirling in and out of here today, and it's a great opportunity for these businesses who are part of the Chamber of Commerce, so that's a key distinction.
Yep.
Members of the West Shore Chamber of Commerce who are able to come here, showcase their business. It's great exposure, and we have the privilege of being able to interview some of those specific chamber members on our show today, and I'm really excited about that. But it is a change of pace. You can hear everything, the hustle and bustle in the background.
Oh, yeah.
It's an awesome day.
Allegedly, there's a bar.
There is a bar.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
And I do have to point out quickly.
Must be 21.
Must be 21.
It's the theme is board games. There are some really creative board games out here. Lamar's got one. Roll with Lamar. If you don't get that reference, Yahtzee. It's amazing.
I like it.
Amazing. All right. People don't want to hear from me. They want Slam and Sammy.
Yeah.
Sam I Am is my handle.
There it is.
Yep. I like it.
Welcome to the
it.
show. Sam
Thank
Jones
you.
with Lamar. So, Sam, just tell us a little bit about Lamar.
Sure.
A startup, right? You guys just started around a couple years ago?
We're 105 years old, so we're just getting the hang of
105.
Just getting the hang of it. Yes.
Wow.
We are based in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We have over 170 offices nationwide.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
We are the largest outdoor provider in the country as far as number of structures.
So I want to come back to that because this is
Okay.
something, and this is just my ignorance, so please bear with me, Sam.
Sure.
The outdoor component, like as a business owner who owns a separate business than this, the internet technology has really changed, social media changed the landscape. And I just got to ask this tough question. Is that made the outdoor piece obsolete or different?
No, it's accentuated it.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's actually made it better.
Can you expound upon that?
Sure.
Because I wouldn't have known that. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Internet translates all the way down to the user on their mobile phone, correct?
Yep.
So people make decisions based upon using that computer in their pocket.
Yep.
Outdoor is the number one medium now, according to statistics in advertising, in the advertising world. Number one statistic is we drive people to make a consumer buying decision because they have their phone when they're mobile, they're in their car,
Right.
they're a passenger, they're a driver. They see that message daily repetition to buy a car, to buy a home, to buy service or product, and it drives them to make that decision to search for that information.
Interesting. So is this all cyclical? Because we had a guest on the show earlier, Andy Orens, earlier in the end. He talked about direct mail as an advertising component is actually coming
on the
back.
rise.
You're right.
Because digital it's so easy. I know I get a ton of digital stuff that just delete. So is that part? I mean, this is, you're talking about visibility, but a lot of that comes in cycles too, I would assume.
Yeah, sure. You are correct, though. Direct mail has made kind of a full circle comeback because you're able to. Nowadays, technology has changed in the postal world, too, because you're able to buy postal routes.
Right.
You're able to geographically target, where before it was just general
Blast,
mail.
sure.
So you can buy lists, you can buy, income levels and so forth. So the only difference to that is it's a one-hit wonder.
Sure.
It gets to your door. You have an opportunity to see it. If you don't need that at the moment, it's gone.
Right.
But it works hand in hand. I work with some printers, actually.
Well, can I go back for just a second?
Yeah, sure.
You use the term outdoor, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, Outdoor, I'm guessing, is a bigger term than just billboard.
Yes, out of home is the media world name for it. Outdoor advertising consists of billboards, transit, bus stops,
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of
benches,
that. Yeah.
malls, airport displays, anything out of the home.
Okay.
Airplanes.
But non-moving. Or
Airplanes.
moving. Will you do bus? Because some buses will have.
Oh, yeah.
So you do all. Okay.
Yeah, I was just
Interesting.
spent a weekend in Cincinnati doing some business, and I was pleasantly surprised. It was very tastefully done. But they have the transit bus, and the transit bus that goes the big U around the city is very tastefully done with advertising.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's all about exposure,
Huh.
regardless of how you deliver it.
Yeah.
Is there? I'm guessing there's some science or history behind this, where you understand whatever the science is about communicating that. If a person sees that message, like they drive past the billboard every day to and from work. Any thoughts on that?
I'm not going to speak too much on the transit side because in our market here in the Harrisburg area, we don't
have
do
it.
that.
Okay.
But I can generalize. A lot of studies are done based upon psychographics and demographics of where people live, where they shop, where they work, where they frequent often.
Yep.
So those statistics are known. So in our industry, we're able to geographically target those markets, those target audiences, those demographics more specifically than other media because we're so physical and we can eliminate parts of the community and we can target certain parts of the community.
Sure.
Right. Which
Well-
makes sense.
And I've had some experience with you and with this.
Yeah,
In a former life, this mug was on a billboard for a while in I think Carlisle and another place in the Camp Hill area.
Yeah.
I think it was right at
West Shore
one of the-
somewhere.
Yeah, and so for me, the visibility part was always interesting. I'd go to church and I'd have people come up to me that saw me ushering every Sunday at church, and then they would come up to me. You're the guy we saw on the billboard. We're driving by there, and we say, "Hey, wait a second. He's the guy that ushers at our church." And so, but I think to his point, I guess that idea of just constantly.
Alphaeus Rodolphi shrimp was on a billboard? What
That's
the
right,
hell?
baby. I was.
What was it for?
I was.
Red Lobster restaurants? I mean,
No. Yeah.
That shrimp was
amazing.
huge.
It was.
That's right, yeah.
I was
The
huge
world's
shrimp
biggest
that
shrimp,
day.
yeah.
Jumbo shrimp.
jumbo shrimp.
So I want to go back to the business itself
Yeah.
for a minute. So Lamar, you said based out of Baton Rouge.
Yes.
There's over 170 locations. So is the Harrisburg location a franchise? Is it owned by Lamar and you're just running, it's being operated through? How does that work?
Yeah, Lamar's kind of a corporate umbrella that runs over the whole country.
Okay.
And each office is its own independent cost center, its own business.
Okay.
Not a franchise in the least. It's just simply a division that covers certain footprint of a state,
Okay.
of a market.
Interesting.
So in Pennsylvania, we have 10 offices.
So like you would have
Oh,
your
wow.
own P&L and make
Yes.
your own
Oh, yeah.
buying, purchasing decisions, which is really empowering.
Right.
Oh,
Holds you
absolutely.
accountable,
Right.
right? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. My boss says that our office is like a farm, and we have our own amount of acreage, and we are responsible for farming that community.
Huh.
And every office has their own farm,
Yep.
if you want to, kind of a strange analogy, but something
Yeah.
to understand.
No, yeah, right. That makes it vivid for me.
So, yeah. So we have 10 offices in Pennsylvania, and each office has their own footprint of territory. And some of them kind of meet and overlap, and then we basically cover the entire state
Where was it founded?
in Louisiana.
Baton Rouge,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Gotcha.
So who are your competitors in the area?
Other media.
Okay.
I say that with a little smile on my face. There
Yeah.
are some private operators who have a handful of inventory, but I'm not sure what percentage I'll make it up. We probably have 98% of the inventory.
That's what I was going to say. So when you say
Yeah.
inventory, you're talking about the
Billboard
physical
structures.
billboard structures, the what? So you own it. So
Yes.
so your competition is very minor in that regard. But one of the things that you try to do is would you try to work with other promotional companies who are working for businesses to try to target or
Yeah.
direct with the business? That's how do you get new clients, or what's that?
We work either direct, we prospect, we know the market. We have, a number of salespeople who have a thumb on the pulse of the market.
Yep.
Of new businesses or expanding businesses or going out of businesses. So we kind of cold call those businesses.
How does the physical structure work? So you own an actual billboard, but
Yeah.
I'm guessing not the real estate it sits on.
We own a small part of real estate. We mostly have leases with property owners.
Right. So,
Okay,
so
got
the
it.
majority of those, Sam, you lease
Yes.
that little slice of the property.
Yeah. We
Which
have-
is great for the landowner.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
kind of free
absolutely.
income for them.
Right.
It's a very small piece of property. It doesn't require a large, portion.
What are the ranges? contracts? Like if I say, hey, I own this other business and I want to come advertise, is it usually a 1 month, 1 year? How does that work?
Oh, you mean if you're an advertiser?
Yeah, if you're an actual client of Lamar's, what's the menu look like?
Well, let me go back in time a little bit. It used to be we used to sell space in monthly increments.
Okay.
Okay, so you could buy a board for a month, or you
Yep.
could buy a board for a year or 3 years, or as long as you needed it.
Yep.
Sometimes a hotel, they're not going anywhere.
Right.
So they would buy a specific billboard on a given highway as a directional. Get off at this exit,
Right.
$69.95 a night,
Right.
and that board's there for years. And they might change copy over the course of that time, but that's their board. Other advertisers have short-term needs. I want to do a promotion. I want to run a sale. We're new to the market, so they might buy 4 weeks. They might buy 8 weeks. They might buy 52 weeks. But now, with the advent of digital or electronic billboards,
Yeah.
you can buy as little as a day. Not that anybody really does.
Right, yeah.
Right.
I don't know how effective that would be, but some people will buy a weekend. Maybe they have an event coming up,
Right.
and they want to advertise it Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Or
and
maybe
then be
there's a
done.
big local event.
Yes.
Where the Corvettes at Carlisle are coming into town, so you want to maximize all those people
Mm-hmm.
coming in or something like that.
So when I want to
Interesting.
advertise a keg party coming up at Nathan's house, I can.
You could buy a day.
All day,
gotcha.
baby. We got planes flying
Cake
with
party at
banners.
Nathan's.
We've
Cake
got it
party at
all.
As long as
Yeah.
I'm invited.
Absolutely.
Of course you are.
To supervise, of course.
I got to watch
Absolutely.
Slam and Sammy in action. Of course.
Yes.
Of course. All right, so the blue. All right, you're driving on the highway, and you see the blue. I think they're traditionally blue signs that have the small logos of different restaurants. You guys own those too?
They're called state logo signs.
Yeah.
Lamar is in that business as well. We don't have the license in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
I think we're in 35 to 40 states.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
It's a big revenue generator for us,
Huh.
but it's a separate kind of outdoor operation for us. Because once you put those signs up, they pretty much stay put.
So I got to go back to the business component. So if we went back to, say, coming out of the recession in 09, so we have
Yeah.
10 years, is it a flat industry? Is it a growing industry? What does Lamar's profit and loss look like to a
Yeah.
degree in those 10 years?
Good question. 08, the fourth quarter of 08 into 09, crickets.
Right. Yeah.
We still had business, but it was you could feel it.
Yeah.
But as the recovery started to come back and the housing industry kind of settled in a little bit, outdoor, not just Lamar, but the whole industry was the first to recover the fastest.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why? I'm
Well,
relatively ignorant of the.
No, a lot of that has to do with, I call it media fatigue. For years, radio, TV, newspaper were kings.
Right.
Yeah.
And TV to this day still is pretty robust.
Powerful, right?
Yeah.
But how many channels do you have at home?
1,000.
300, 400?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well,
So-
but a better question is how many commercials do I watch?
None.
Almost none.
Yeah.
Right.
So technology has kind of diluted the effectiveness of those big media markets or those big media outlets,
Oh, yeah.
especially newspaper.
So when you talk about visibility, because that's your end goal is visibility and
Exposure.
actually getting exposure.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
not in the days of Netflix and Amazon Prime Video and
Yeah.
DVR and Spotify. And
You can sit here all day
commercial-free.
and name them.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, you can
Yeah.
name them. So a lot of advertisers kind of were fatigued with lack of return on their investment. So they said, let's try billboards. They're so visible.
Yeah.
There's,
That's awesome.
there's more and more traffic on the road than ever.
There's
And they stayed.
There's something, too, that strikes me, and I think about this more back in the 09, 10, 11,
Yeah.
and something that I know from my other business is people are still acculturated to that fear. We had 9/11,
Oh, yeah.
the tech meltdown, and then just a few years later we had this. So there's this fear, and they wanted to invest in gold. They wanted to invest in real estate because they could touch it. So I'm wondering if there's a corollary to all of a sudden a billboard, which prior to all of that might have seemed antiquated, all of a sudden,
Yeah, right.
what a neat, you know what I'm saying, a safe.
Yeah. We're very tangible. We're very community related. People like that.
Yeah.
You said 9/11. That's interesting because I was right in the throes of 9/11, doing what I'm doing today. And when that happened, what happened to television?
I would think
it was all doom and gloom.
Right. Yep.
Exactly.
So people didn't want to advertise surrounded by doom and gloom. So they
Yeah.
said, where are we going to put our media dollars?
Huh.
And they said, how about
That's
billboards?
interesting. Yeah.
And a lot of them just stuck around because it showed a return.
Yeah,
There's
that's interesting.
From the business owner's
Yeah.
perspective, there's a genuine risk.
Right.
If I'm advertising, and we just had something about the 3,000 deaths, and I'm
Yeah.
advertising
Right.
for
Exactly.
a product, I'm going to
Something
look
happy.
Yeah.
It doesn't go
unethical,
together.
I'm
Right.
gonna
It
look
does not
just-
jive
yeah.
at all.
I want to make that connection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So does this area, do you have a target client that you work with, that you ideally like to work with?
I love them all. Come on, that's the right answer.
That is the right answer. Sam, you've been doing this for what, 4 years, 5 years?
Times 5.
Yeah.
Times five.
Times 6,
Times 6.
actually.
Yeah,
This is
a veteran.
Next year will be 30
That's
years.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
I love what I do.
Yeah,
Because I can help small business, mom and pops.
right.
And I can help large corporations. I've had
So
some
that's-
customers for over 20 years.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
You know, when you think about that, that's the other interesting part probably is there are billboards that come in all shapes, sizes, and locations,
Yeah.
right, which is what allows you to accommodate.
Every company has different budgets, different needs. Some people want to brag. Some people just want to be present.
There's something I have to segue a little bit because you just touched on this. We've been doing this show for about 6 months. We've
Yeah.
had the chance to interview 20 or 30 business leaders, and I have a huge, we'll steal it from Bernie Sanders, a huge respect.
Huge.
Those folks, they care about their people. They care about their clients. By and large, the small to medium-sized business.
Yeah.
And who was it? One of our presidents said it. The business of America is business.
Yeah,
I might remind the public, not politics. The business of America
you. Yeah.
is business, not politics.
yeah,
And think about who Sam's working with.
yeah,
You know,
right,
it could be Hershey Company or it could be the Shrimp Tank.
right.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
A small
You
local
guys need a
enterprise.
billboard?
Maybe.
We've talked about it. We'll see. We'll talk after
Just
the
won't
show.
put your pictures up.
yeah, thank
Yeah,
you.
really.
I've already scared Central PA
Logo
enough
only.
with that.
None
Yeah.
of the Taylor the
Yeah.
Cook shrimp or over there,
Yeah.
the billboard shrimp.
All right, let's transition because we are at the Business and Industry Night for the
Yeah,
West Shore
absolutely.
Chamber.
Speaking
we
of small
wanna-
business.
Yeah, so we want to spend some time talking about the chamber. So
Sure.
I know you personally have been very active with the chamber for years. Talk about your background with the chamber at first, why you got started in the chamber, and how long you've been an active member.
Sure. Chamber is a great organization to meet people, number one. It's like a gym membership, as George, our president, says. And you can join a gym but never go.
Right.
Right.
So you have a lanyard that says, I belong to, Planet Fitness, but you don't go.
Or you can join the gym and be there every day.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a menu.
So we always like to get people involved in the chamber, get them on a committee, get them to come to events.
Yeah.
The more people you know in this world, better you are.
Yes.
Because not only can they help you, you can help them.
Yeah.
I just kind of jumped into the chamber. I went to some events, and I thought, this is pretty cool. I like it. Next thing I know, I'm on a committee. Next thing
Yeah.
I know, I'm organizing this. Next thing fast
Right.
forward, I'm now the chairman of the board.
Yeah.
FYI, thank you for that.
Yeah.
As a business business
Yeah.
person who thrives on Central PA's success or failure, I appreciate that.
It's all
Yeah.
about community,
It is.
and we all hopefully can support one another.
Well, especially in this area, right? Central
Yeah.
Pennsylvania is very, very much about relationships and
Yeah.
community, and this is one way to be able to pull all that together. And it's a good way to try to defragment the area. I think we've talked about
Yeah,
that.
defragment.
Trying to
yeah.
get other areas involved, other cities and towns. And
Well, we've
whatnot involved
spoken
with it.
about, because of the way Pennsylvania is structured, with
Yeah.
the 452 municipalities, Nordstrom's, for example, from their national headquarters out west, they look at this area and they go, why would we ever?
Right.
Yeah.
Because they see 42 different municipalities, they don't see Central PA. And so this is one of the mechanisms where, like, we love to showcase businesses.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
my wife, we got married 13 years ago, and she came from a great family, but a pastor and counselors and a school teacher, so she didn't really know much about business. And
Yeah.
so she watched what my friends go through, and she developed a deep appreciation for the good that they do in the community, how they help each other. But she also realized, like, she made me join the CEO group because she said I needed business owner therapy.
That's true.
It's a lot of work.
It
Oh,
is. Yeah, it is.
It's like the analogy of the duck. The duck's calm on top of the water, but underneath it's going
Yeah.
paddling pretty
Yeah.
quick. Yeah.
So how do you benefit from the chamber? What do you do to get engaged, or what have you found to be most beneficial of being a part of the chamber? Other than, you already said, building relationships and meeting people and growing that network.
I've grown business out of the chamber, certainly from referrals or just people's. Let's put it this way: when you do something long enough and you like what you do long enough, you're really an expert in your field,
Yeah.
and people trust somebody that knows what they're doing.
Yes.
So I get introduced, people know me, and we're visible. We're
Right.
we're an exhibitor here at the Chamber Business and Industry Night as well. It's organic.
Right.
Yes, you got to make those foundational relationships, but they pay off over time.
Yeah.
By the way, my
Really
father says that very same thing about me. He says I'm like a farmer, outstanding in his field.
Yes.
There you go. That's good. That's good. That's nice.
He's
Dad.
trying to keep me humble.
Yeah.
Oldie but goodie.
Holy but good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to your point,
Yeah.
whenever I hear billboard, guess who comes to mind
Lamar.
immediately?
Period.
Not
They're-
just Lamar.
They're the only.
Sam.
Oh, Sam, right, okay.
Yeah.
See, and I hadn't known Sam before
Yeah.
today, but I can honestly say I've lived in the area for 20-plus years. Lamar is the only
correct.
name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet if we went out just within a mile of here and did a quick study,
Yeah.
we'd be shocked
Oh my
at how
gosh.
many there are.
Oh, there. Yeah. You would be. Yeah.
We try to
Do
be.
you know how many there
we
are?
try to be strategic. Well, we have 1,200 just in our plant, in our Harrisburg market.
Wow.
But that expands from Bedford to Reading
Okay.
to north of here and south of here. So
Okay.
there's a lot. There's a big area to wrap your hands around.
Right.
All right. Rand, I'm gonna jump away. I have one more chamber question then, but
Sure.
I'm curious. Where is your most expensive billboard located?
83 South Bridge.
Okay, that's why I was
Yeah.
guessing.
And why
Yeah.
do you think that is?
Oh, the sheer volume of traffic.
Yeah.
The visibility. is-
Eyeballs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not complicated, right? It's,
Yeah.
And
It's like
especially at the right time of day, you get eyeballs for a long period of time because people are sitting there. for a
in
long
media,
time.
you're buying impressions, right? You're buying number of eyeballs. In our case, much like television, if you bought a general run of schedule ad, it's going to be smaller rate.
Right.
But if you buy
Super Bowl.
This Is Us or some
Yeah,
very popular show,
Yeah.
it's going to be really expensive because you have a lot more people watching.
Yeah. All right. So, how long have you and Lamar been participating in the Business and Industry Night specifically?
Well, we've always helped, but we typically didn't be an exhibitor. But this is our 4th year.
Okay.
We've always been involved in it.
Yeah.
Kind of behind the scenes, but we just feel like it was time to get out in front and
Yeah.
kind of have fun with it.
Okay. So is that what drove? Like, I was going to ask then, why did you decide to do it 4 years ago, and why do you think it's beneficial to do today?
Well, a lot of that had to do with me,
Let's hear it.
and I'm not trying to take credit. I'm just saying that
You should.
our general manager, thank you, our general manager who runs our office, always just felt like we're so visible as it is with our billboard.
Right.
People know who we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I kind of wanted to take it down to the grassroots level and disseminate that out through the chamber.
Right, yeah.
And what a better place than
Yeah.
a show like this? Because listen to it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
buzzing.
It's not
It's
even.
awesome.
It's not even like prime
Right.
time yet.
Right.
Well, and I would, this is a guess, but I want to turn this into a question. Smaller businesses probably aren't as aware of how they might use you.
Right.
I would think of
Yeah.
larger businesses, they're going to have marketing budgets and they're going to have teams and specialists. So this is an opportunity, I would think, to connect with some of the medium to smaller
Oh,
businesses.
sure. Yeah. And, because we're so visible and so big, people think we're expensive.
Yeah.
Right.
And we are. I mean, we can be.
Right. Right.
If you have the budget, we can be expensive.
Right.
We can also be very affordable. I have handfuls of small businesses that don't have to throw a lot of money out to get the exposure that they really are looking for.
Yeah, especially if it's specific or custom or
Yeah.
right.
Branding, just about day-to-day awareness of their product or their service or their company name.
Yep.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. Well,
And think about what Sam does. Like, we love to interview the business owners, the entrepreneurs. He literally brings them to market,
yeah.
Yeah.
quite literally.
Yeah.
Like, you may never have heard of ABC firm before. Boom.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And that's
that-
really rewarding because I know the story that went behind getting that campaign going.
Right.
And
Right.
then I'm driving to work and I see that billboard and I go, that's rewarding.
Yeah.
well, the other enterprise that Nathan and I run was founded about 30 years ago, but it was incorporated exactly 20 years ago, and it largely flew below the radar,
Yeah.
and that has hurt it. It's done well. It's about the size of a regional bank, but imagine had it had better and proper exposure.
Yeah.
So that's
Maybe.
my fault. I'll take
Yeah.
that one. That's smack
Yeah.
myself.
You know what, Taylor? I will blame you as well for that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
No
Well,
blame game here. No blame game.
Sam, this has been a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
I know you came here to be a part of this, but you also didn't come here to just stare at our mugs
Yeah.
all afternoon. So why don't we wrap up so you can go mingle with people?
I got to go back to
But
my booth.
Yeah,
Make
brother.
some
But-
sales.
Yeah, make some sales.
Make some
before we
friends.
do that.
How can our listeners who, because we are going to run this show on the podcast
Yep.
and on the website
Okay.
later. So how do they find you?
Yeah. What's the best way for them to get in touch or find out about
Well, Depends on what you like. Whether you like email or you like phone or you like the web.
Let's start with the web.
Web is www.lamar.com//Harrisburg.
And that's LAMAR.
LAMAR.com/Harrisburg. I don't know if I want to give out my own phone number because then I'll get all these fan calls.
I'll give it out
and
later.
I'll be so busy.
Well,
Or you can call our main office number.
What's
Is that why
number?
you never answer my calls, Sam?
Well, because I know it's you.
You know it's a fan call.
Your name pops up. This little shrimp picture
Little
pops up.
shrimp pips. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Our main number is 717-763-8300.
Awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
There
You can
you
ask
go.
for me or just call up and say, how much is a billboard? Somebody will help you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Awesome. Sam, this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks,
It's been
Nathan.
a pleasure. And we
Thanks
get
for
to
taking
Thanks, Taylor.
time out of your business day, sir. I appreciate
Sure.
it a lot.
And unfortunately for you, even though you get to leave our set, you still have to
Yes.
stare at us because your booth is
I
right
know,
beside
we're-
us.
we're
So
neighbors.
Enjoy that. But
Yes.
again, those of you at home looking for outdoor exposure in your advertising, Lamar and Sam are the place to go. Lamar.com/Harrisburg. Call him. I'll get you his personal phone number if you want it. Blow up his phone. Have a great day. We'll see you next
See you
week.
later on the Shrimp
Central
Tank,
PA Shrimp
Central
Tank,
PA.
baby.
I've been feeling like a shark in a shrimp tank. Big fish, small pond, and a